Hello everyone, this is Vinay here from Learn Coding with Vinay again. And this is video number 16 of our series where we are building library management system using ASP.NET Core MVC, Entity Framework Core database first approach and ChatGPT extensively. Right. So in this video, we will be diving in reserve book functionality. Right. So I have prepared the prompt in the background, and I have divided the functionality into certain parts. We'll go step by step. So let me explain the prompt first, right? So what we need to do when user clicks on the reserve button, if user is not logged in, then the user should be redirected to login, and once logged in, it should come back again on the page from the user was, right? And if user is logged in, then directly user should be redirected to the reserve or confirm reservation page, right? So that is the first part. Second thing, on the reserve page, based on the user subscription, whether it is basic or prime, number of days and number of book count should be checked to determine whether user is eligible to reserve this book or not, right? First thing is that if there are, for basic user, if there are already two book reservation are there, then user should not be allowed to book a further book. So basically no third book would be allowed, and that should be displayed in the message also, right? Similar way, if prime user, I think we have 10 as a prime user count, so if it is 10, then user should not be booked this 11th one, right? And ba- and based on the booking time, you know the from date should be today's date, and booking time will also differ for basic and prime user. So for basic it will be, I think, 10 days or something, and for prime it will be 30 days or something from today's date, right? So that's what I have mentioned in point number 2 over here, right? Next, third one, on reservation page, yeah, we discussed this 2 and 3 actually both, right? Now on the fourth, on confirmation button, click make entry to database, redirect user to my reservation page, right, where we will be displaying users reserved book details, right? Current, this book also, and the past book also, past history also, right? So let's try to push this to chat gpt one at a time, right? So first what we'll be doing, we'll just push this first one, and let's see chat, and let's a little refine it. So we'll be pushing this. I Let me have, I already have prepared controller. I would not say we, I would say just we already have book controller where I have prepared, you know let me, I have it somewhere. Yeah, so let me take this. I will just say FYI and this, right? So let's push this to ChatGPT and let's see what does it come up with. So let's go ahead. So let's, ChatGPT has generated the response, one, two, three step, four step. Let's try to implement them. Let's read the first one. So it is saying that, add the on-click href call for reserve book. Okay, so I think we should already have that. So let me go to, not reserve, let me go to book details actually over here. So we have reserve page over here, right? Okay, so it is say we write book id. Okay, that we are passing in this form. Okay, so this is good. Let's go to next, reserve id. Okay, over here let's copy this and let's replace with our reserve method. So let me remove this and put it down here. Okay, my bad, I just copy pasted the body. It should be over here, right? So let me see what we are doing over here. So reserve should have, okay, let me see this. Okay, let me just write this integer id, right? So this is good. So it is checking whether user is logged in or not. If not logged in, then it sends the URL and saves the return URL. Okay, and this is good, this is good. If logged in, then it goes to confirm reservation, which will come over here, which is good, right? Okay, now let's move to the next one. Update the account login method. Okay, so here what it is doing, update the account login method, it is adding this as a null. So let's do this. We'll go to account and login, account controller login. Let's say in the post method we'll say this, and we'll take only this portion on a successful. If logged in, then we will be checking if return URL has something, then return to that URL. If not, then return to the redirect index home page of home controller's index method only. And that's what it is doing. So this is not required, this is not required. Yeah. So let's, okay, so this looks good. Let's try to run this and see what is happening. Okay, so we are on the home page. Let's go to view details, and I am not logged in with any user at this moment. Let's click this reserve book. It should take us to the login. Okay, so we are on login. Great. Let me say F5. Okay, so let's try to log in with a member actually. So this guy is a member. Let me just say, okay, and it is coming over here now on the login post. Let's say if this is coming. Okay, so this is coming null. I have anticipated this already, right, that this might come null. So it is redirecting it over here on the home page itself, right? Because if you go to chat gpt, it directly considering the return URL on the post method, right? But while we are redirecting to login get method, not you know directly directly post method, right? Because ideally login get should have this return URL first, then it should go to the post. So let's see what does ChatGPT has to say on this. So let's see. Yeah, use click reserve. Okay, reserve is called when we redirect them to this index. Login get shows the login form, keeps track of return URL via hidden field. Okay, the way. Okay, so I think let's see what it is saying. Let's try that. So what we need to do is we will have to have this over here also, right? We'll need to have this here also. And if we go to where do we see that, on a book details, I think details. So on this reserve button, it is saying that you pass it as a hidden field, right? So what we will be doing, adding this name as a return URL. This would be at the rate context dot path dot context dot request dot path, right? So let me save these and let's see. Okay, so it seems to be saved. Let's see it over here. And no, not just this, we will also have to have it over here as a hidden field. Okay, so I have already added this. This is good. But at the same time, let me stop this. On the login view page, on login view, we will have to assign this a value, this, right? So what would, so we have take in login form, let me tell you actually what we are doing. In login form, we are keeping this as hidden, right? So what do we need to do? We will have to assign this a value which will be which will be this return URL. Okay, so I think this looks good now. And let's, just let me quickly check something in the background. Okay, so this looks good, and let's run it this time and let's see. Okay, so we are on home page. Let's and I'm not logged in. So let's go to view details page. From there, let's click reserve this book. So this time it is landing on login page, and let me see if we have. Okay, we are getting this. Okay, why do I have this as 0? Hmm. Okay, let's see. No worries. Let's move ahead. So let me log in as a, and this time we are logged in over here, and let's say F5. This time it should take us to confirm page. Okay. So okay. So this time the flow seems to be working, but the flow seems to be working, but it is not as expected. Let me log out. Let me log out. So we are logged out, right? Okay. So let me go to home. Let me go to view details. Let me go to reserve this book again. Right. So we have written URL, but why it is coming as 0? Okay. Let's see. Okay. So let me see why ideally whatever we are. Okay, that's because we decided it over there. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the ID in the path was coming 0 because of the mismatch between this variable and this. Here it was written book ID. I just made it ID. Right. So now if I go ahead and see, let's run this. Let me say log out. Let me Okay, so let me okay, let there be debugger also. Okay. So let me go to home. Let me say click on this, view details. Okay, we don't have that. Okay. So let's pick the first book only because we have reserve a button over there. So I am not logged in. Now let if I say reserve, then see it is coming now 120. Earlier it was ID was 0 because of the mismatch. Right. So this is good now. Let me go ahead and run this. Let me log in as a member, any member. So I am in, we have written URL as 120, right? Let me go over here. Now since we are logging in and return URL has something, it is redirect us to that URL, which is confirmation page, right? So we will be on confirmation page. So this is working fine. Now I am already logged in. Let's say I am already logged in. If I go to home, if I go to this book now, let's say, okay, we have this button also. If I click this, then it directly takes me to the confirmation page, not on the login page. Let me downset again. Let me log out, and let me remove this debugger this time. Let me control shift F9 and let me remove all debugger. Yes. Okay. And let's say F5. So I am not logged in. I am on home page. Let me click this, reserve this book. Let's log in as a member. Let's Okay, so once logged in, we are redirected to confirm reserve book page. Right. Now since I am logged in, if I go to any other book also, if I click it here, then again I'll be redirected to confirm reserve page. If I log out, if I go to home page, go here and reserve, then I'll be redirected to login page. Right. So this piece, first piece, section 1 is working fine. That while reserving a book, if user is not logged in, redirect it to login, and once login back, redirect it to the the page from where it user landed on the login page. Right. And let me quickly this time show you the code also. So there are very few things we did. Right. So we modified login method to have return URL as null because we needed it in the post operation also. And for this, we also had to add a hidden variable over here. Right. So that is good. Now on the book controller, on the reserve method, what we are doing, if user is logged in or not, if not logged in, we are redirecting it user to the login page with this parameter. right? URL action parameter. We are building URL over here, right? And once that is done, we will be redirect to here confirmation is page. Now in the next section, which is part 2 and 3 of our prompt, right, which are these two. So we will be working on the confirmation UI, confirmation page over here, because here we need to display the reservation details. So thanks a lot guys for watching this video, and see you in the next video.